Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look, Wrestling 101, classes in session. Pay attention to the teachings, that's from Andrew and Derek. I mean, these guys making a killing with no competition. Dynamic duo better than the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Everybody make some noise, mess with them, you get destroyed. They cannot be beat, take a seat. Watch them do their thing on the MIC. Face defeat, they cannot be seen like JC. Oh my goodness, it's a killing spree.
Hey guys, this is the Black Dahlia, and you're listening to Wrestling IQ 101.
Hey everyone, this is Andrew from Wrestling IQ 101. When I'm not hosting our podcast, I'm usually at collarandelbowbrand.com. That's right, Collar and Elbow is the only place that combines wrestling with street attire. And I know what you're thinking, I want to look fashionable too, and I also want to save 10%. So head over to collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code WIQ101 and look fashionable and save some money. And now, on with the show. Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of Wrestling IQ 101. You can listen to Wrestling IQ 101 right here on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101. I'm Andrew, and today my special guest is Leila Grey. How's it going?
Hi Andrew, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I'm really excited to talk to you. I mean, you know, we've had wrestlers on before that have had different jobs, different hobbies, but I think you're probably the most diverse because you do modeling, you're in music videos, you're an actress, you're a singer, you're a radio host. I mean, let's start with stuff that you don't do.
Yeah, I've done a lot. I've been blessed, I guess, to have opportunities and stuff, but it's so crazy that before wrestling, I was trying to pursue all these things, and all of those things led me to pro wrestling.
Sure. Now, when you get led to pro wrestling, right? Were you growing up watching it, or was this something that, like, you know, you were like, oh, maybe I can't do, can I do it, kind of thing?
So, I watched it when I was really young, like late 90s, early 2000s. I remember watching The Rock and China, Mankind, Stone Cold, Undertaker, you know, those legends. My family is mostly girls, and I have like one male cousin in my family, and he used to love wrestling, and, you know, he kind of got me into it. But growing up, it's funny that growing up, I didn't really watch it. I wasn't like a super fan like that. But I've always liked it, and I would always like play fight with my family, wrestle in the bed with my cousins, my sister, and stuff. So it was just something that we would do, like goofing around. But like I said, I've always enjoyed it, and I thought there was something like so special and so cool about it. And I had a friend in elementary school and middle school who wanted to become a pro wrestler. And I remember we used to talk about our hopes and dreams. We were like 16 years old and stuff. And she told me she wanted to get into it. And I'm like, yeah, I like that too. But me at that time, I was more into trying to pursue music and acting. And she went off to do pro wrestling. And I've kind of followed her career on like social media and saw her doing her thing. And it inspired me. And I'm like, this is so badass. I always felt like I can do something like this. And that person ended up being Zelina Vega. So it was, you know, really cool watching her. And, and the fact that she actually made it to the WWE, like, it was really cool and inspiring. And so, I mean, there was also a lot of other different factors that kind of led me to pursuing pro wrestling. But, then I just started doing research, looking up schools, and I found one, and I started training, and here I am.
Yeah, it's amazing that you picked Zelina Vega because she's still empowering women. I mean, she just up and quit over a disagreement, and she wasn't going to be bullied, right, by a big company.
Yeah.
So it's kind of amazing that she's holding her own still. Like.
Yeah, I'm really proud of her, and it's really cool seeing her do her thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, I just watched her grow up and to be this amazing woman, and it you know, it was really cool. I'm like, damn, I went to school with her and stuff, and she did her thing, and you know, it was great to watch, and it was inspiring. And then, you know, I started watching more and started getting more into it, and I started watching Total Divas, and yeah, just everything that I had been doing, the modeling and acting, the broadcasting, then everything just kind of fit. Like, when I told people that I was doing pro wrestling, they're like, what? You know, that's, like, completely opposite. And I'm like, you know, when you really think about it, it's really not. It's really, like, fits perfectly. And now people that I grew up with that see me doing it, they're like, this is your calling.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of weird because usually they say, like, WWE prepared me for the future. You've been preparing yourself, it sounds like, for wrestling, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, because this is going to determine if we're going to be good friends or not. You grew up in Queens, right? Are you a Mets fan?
Oh, God.
Because I'm a huge Mets fan, so...
Oh, man. You know, when it comes to Yankees or Mets, I actually do root for the Yankees. Oh my God,
you're killing me.
I know. I'm so sorry. But you know what?
Yes.
Listen, I root for both teams. But if they're up against each other, I root for the Yankees. But I mean, I guess I'm a Mets fan too. I went to Mets games. I grew up going to Mets games. So.
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat it. But I'm excited for the Mets, and that's cool that you enjoy them baseball games. But now we got to transition back here, because what are some things that people will be kind of surprised that you like? What kind of music? What kind of shows that, you know, people don't really know about you? Movies, maybe.
I mean, I don't know, because I feel like I'm pretty open. Like I feel like the people that know me, they know, like, I love, like, pop music. Like, I grew up listening to Britney Spears and sing Christina Aguilera. Like, I love my pop music. I love the Spice Girls. But I also love, I like hip-hop. And I would say, like hip-hop, R&B, and pop and house music are the genres I listen to the most. And in terms of movies, I mean, I like cute movies and love movies. I guess I'm so girly with that. Like, I love Titanic. That's one of my favorite movies, and Clueless, and I love Selena. Selena was like my biggest inspiration in life, so I love that movie.
What a great movie.
I'm not too much into, like, action movies and stuff. Like, I'll watch them and I'll go to the theaters and watch them, but they're not like movies that I can watch over and over again.
Yeah. Oh, talking about Selena, have you watched the new series on Netflix?
Yes, I have.
What did you think?
Yes, I have. I watched it as soon as it premiered.
Did you like it better than the movie, or did you think it was the movie was better?
The movie was definitely better by a lot. I mean, I did like that the series, you know, showed other sides of her story, and it showed a lot about them, about their struggle, like making it, their struggle making it in the industry, which the movie didn't show as much. But in terms of casting, the movie was definitely better. I don't feel like the characters were too believable.
Yeah.
In the series, especially not Christian Serrato, who played Selena. I like her, but I don't know. I wasn't buying her as Selena. But I still enjoyed watching the series. I'm still happy that they did it. Anything that's Selena, I'm gonna support. She's like my idol, the first person I've ever looked up to growing up.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy because you've been in music videos with, like, Chris Brown and Trey Songz. I mean, what's been some of your favorite moments being on set during a music video? Or modeling?
Yeah, I mean, they're always a lot of fun because I am a very social person. So I love networking with people and, you know, just networking, making new contacts. I like talking to people, getting to know people. So I'm glad that I get to do a lot of that. And, that has transitioned into other areas of my life. And because I'm social like that, that has led to, opportunities, wrestling opportunities as well. And I love dancing, performing. So anything that I get to get dolled up for, and I get to dance and be on camera, because I love being on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that I get to, be hot and be on camera, I enjoy doing.
Yeah, and it shows because you're really killing it in the world of professional wrestling. I mean, you even got to wrestle Renee Michelle. I mean, you look right now. She's killing it on Impact. She's just wrestled for AEW Dark.
AEW, mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I actually interviewed her, and she's amazing.
Renee Michelle, I love Renee Michelle. So when I first got into the business, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about independent wrestling at that. So I just went on Instagram and I just started searching for all these things, just finding out who are the female wrestlers that are here, who will I potentially be competing against in the future. So I started doing research, and the people that kept popping up were Amber Nova, Marty Bell, Casey Lennox, and Renee Michelle. For some reason, I kept seeing those 4 women popping up on social media and stuff, and I'm like, oh, these girls are probably, they must be doing their thing. And I started watching them and watching their matches, and I'm like, oh, they're pretty freaking cool. And then, I got the opportunity to meet Renee, and, she was lovely in person, too, and she was great to work with, and, we had a great time. I learned a lot from her. Mm-hmm. It was great working with her.
And it's pretty awesome because you've had a segment on do's and don'ts of dating. But I have a question for you. What are some do's and don'ts in the ring with you? Because, maybe don't hit me in the face, right? Like kind of a thing, or don't make me too mad because I'll really get you angry, right?
Oh my God, do's and don'ts. I think my do's and don'ts are more like for myself than for other people. So if you watch most of my matches, I always have a ponytail. That was like my thing.
Okay.
And so recently I had a match, and I wrestled this girl who was pretty rough, pretty vicious in the ring, and I wasn't used to working with someone who works, I guess, that hard. So we're having this match, and she's so aggressive that she ends up pulling off this ponytail. It was like a extension that I had on, and it was just so mortifying. It was so embarrassing. This actually happened very, very recently. Wow. And I'm like, okay, and ever since that day, I've been so traumatized that now I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to rock my own hair, just be confident in it, because I cannot have that happen again. It was so bad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And this girl she was kind of rough. She gave me this nasty kick to the face. I had a black eye 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God. Wow.
But I mean, I don't like when people are overly rough. I try to I lighten up sometimes. But you know what? If depending on where they come from, that's their style, then I don't want to disrespect. Also, wrestlers from Japan or wrestlers from Puerto Rico, that's just the way that they're taught.
Sure.
That's just the way that it is over there. It's more aggressive. So I kind of try to respect that, but at the same time, it's like, okay, chill.
Yeah, I hear you. Every wrestler has their own path and things they want to do. Some wrestlers want to go to Japan and wrestle. Some people want to go to AEW or Impact or Ring of Honor or WWE. Where do you want to see yourself in the next couple of years?
I mean, my ultimate goal absolutely is WWE or AEW. You know, both of those companies are really killing it right now.
Yeah.
So that would be my ultimate goal on where I would like to end up at. But I also would like to try out other companies, like especially like Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, they have a cult following, and it's pretty cool. You know, they have all these fans that really love it, and they're really so into it. And yeah, so that is somewhere I would definitely like to wrestle. I'm open to Impact too, NWA. Like this is just the beginning for me. So
Yeah.
I'm down to, I'm down for the ride, and try out different companies and see where I end up. But definitely WWE and AEW is where I would like to settle down.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Do you want to do like steel cages? Do you want to do hardcore matches? I mean, are you a fan of that kind of stuff, or you just want to just whatever it brings comes your way, you're open to?
I mean, for sure, I'll do some cages. Ooh, a Hell in a Cell, a cage match. That sounds good.
Yeah, right.
That sounds
kind of cool.
fun. Yeah, I'm kind of open to that. I'm definitely open to that, actually. Hardcore, maybe. It depends what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I could do. I mean, I'm down. I'm down to go through a table.
Well, yeah, you probably be putting people to the table, though, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I'm down to throw people through a table. That sounds fun.
Yeah, you've had a plethora of great opponents, from Mad Cow, from Ruth J, to Roxy Rogue. What's been some of your favorite matches that you've had so far?
Some of my favorite matches?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say definitely Renee Michelle is one of my favorite matches.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, she was great to work with, and we had good chemistry. And I think a lot of people saw that. We worked well together. I also really do love working with Roxy Rouge. Roxy is great. She's so good in the ring. She's such a sweetheart. Like, she is probably the nicest person I've ever met in my life. And I'm not even joking. She is just so great, so helpful. Really great to have around and work with. And, she's great at teaching. I also think we've had some good matches as well. So I would say those two people have been my favorite to work with thus far.
That's pretty awesome. Who are some of the women that you're eyeing up? Like some people that you want to actually get in the ring with and beat up?
And beat up. Well, I mean, tomorrow, I actually have a match for Thunder Championship Wrestling against Anna Diaz, and it's for a title belt. So definitely have my eye on that, because I think it's, I want a taste of the gold, baby. So definitely eyeing Anna Diaz. Also, Kaya Dream, is up and coming. Me and her have had a few matches, and we have another match. We have a match coming up as well later on in March. She's somebody I got my eye on. I feel like Kaya's gonna do some good stuff. So, and I would also like to have a match with Red Velvet.
Oh, wow.
Red Velvet has been doing her thing in AEW, and I want to see what we can do together in the ring.
Yo, that's not a bad opponent. She's gonna have the career moment of her life in a couple weeks, right? With Shaq and Cody.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yo, that's a dream match right there. You and her for sure.
Yeah.
Damn.
She's definitely somebody that I would like to work with.
Yeah. Yo, sign me up, because I would like to see that. I'll come down.
All right.
I'll come down from Jersey.
I'll keep you posted for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So when you're not wrestling and you're training, and you're studying some wrestling tapes, who are some people that you like to watch?
When I'm doing tape study,
Yeah.
I love watching Victoria.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
Victoria's good. I love watching Melina as well because Melina's very charismatic. She has a lot of personality in the ring, and then Victoria is like, you know, she was powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I also, when I watch older stuff, 80s and stuff, I like watching Magnificent Mimi.
Mm-hmm.
I also like watching Medusa Maselli. I've actually, I've picked up a lot of things watching them. They're really good. Really good, sold really well. Very good chain wrestling. So they're definitely wrestlers I've learned a lot from. But yeah, Victoria and Melina, I love those two.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely incredible that you picked those two ladies. And they had a successful career in wrestling. So.
Yes, and I was so happy to see Victoria come for make an appearance at the Rumble, the Royal Rumble.
I don't know if you ever met her, but she's like the sweetest woman in the world. Like, she is super sweet.
Not met her yet.
Yeah, we went to a convention and like we had shirts and stuff like that, and she even like wore it. We gave her the shirt. She was like wearing it around the whole convention. I'm like, this is like the coolest lady ever.
Yeah, she's so badass. And she has the podcast too.
Yeah,
she's super cool. I always comment on her stuff, and she always likes it. And I'd be there, you know, fangirling, like, oh my God, Lisa Marie just liked that comment.
Yeah, you know, Victoria is such. I was there in 2002. She had a match with Trish Stratus in the Garden, and it was a street fight. And I'm telling you, I mean, that match, like, that show was already stacked. That just, I felt bad for like the wrestlers who had to go on after that. I'm like, yo, these two just stole the show. And I must have been like 12 or 13, and I was like, wow, this is like probably one of the best matches. And they had like a triple threat with like Los Guerreros and Edge and Christian. I mean, I'm sorry, Edge and Mysterio and Benoit Angle. And I'm like, this is probably one of the best tag team matches, and this is probably one of the best women's matches I've ever seen. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they put on a memorable performance.
Yeah, and it's awesome. Did you have any moments growing up in the Garden or like going to Knicks or Ranger games?
Yeah, I would go to Knicks games. I would go to, for sure. I grew up watching the Knicks, so I would go to their games. And for concerts too. Okay. You know, yeah, I've seen some great concerts there.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that is, oh my God, the ultimate goal in life, to wrestle at the Garden. Mm-hmm. Like, what a moment! And then, you know, I dream about it sometimes, and having my friends and family there, like. Yeah,
the hometown girl, right, in the Garden. That'd be really surreal. So yeah. I'm rooting for you. I'm definitely rooting for you to get there. Yes. You were even a cage girl. You held the sign, right, for a cage fight for mixed martial arts, right?
Yes, I've done some work as a ring girl. That was kind of like the beginning of everything. You know, at first I didn't really know how to get into pro wrestling, because if you don't know about it, like, you don't really know, like, where to start. People don't really talk about pro wrestling like that. Mm-hmm. But it's, so, you know, I joined the UFC gym, and they do wrestling classes. So I'm like, okay, like, I'm going to do this because I've always, you know, liked wrestling. So maybe I could start off doing this, and, you know, that's how I can start wrestling. So I started doing that. And from working at the gym, from training at the gym, I met some of the trainers. They were having fights, so they were actually able to connect me to, you know, these ring girl opportunities, and that was kind of how I started in the, you know, in that industry of professional fighting.
Yeah. Are you nervous, like, when you did that? Because, like, you gotta have to be on point, right? As soon as the round ends, you gotta be, like, pretty focused, right?
all nervous. You know, I'm kind of used to performing and doing modeling, and so, I mean, it wasn't like that hard of a job.
Okay.
Just gotta, you know, strut and hold that sign up high.
Yeah. And plus, you've been in other movies like The Vow, Clean Up in Aisle 9. Do those long days help you help those long days help you, like, physically also prepare for wrestling?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Wow, you really did your research. Oh, you dug that up. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. You know, being on set, those production days are really long, especially me doing music videos. And, you know, I've worked with A-list celebrities putting on these big productions, and I actually did some extra work also in the Bad Boys 3 film.
Oh, wow.
So all these production days are really long, you know, 12-hour days, and sometimes they can go into overtime, and it takes a lot out of you. Like, you know, people think that, you know, modeling is not that serious of a job and this and that, but it is hard work being on set and being on your feet for so long. But absolutely, doing that definitely prepared me, because now when I do wrestling shows, you know, some of them are TV tapings, and production days can be very long as well. You know, you have to be there, you know, have to have everything set up, go over matches, you know, all of that takes so much time, and at the end of it, yeah, that's pretty deep.
Yeah.
So, but I would say it definitely prepared me. I definitely know how to handle long days because of, you know, doing music videos and, you know, movies and stuff.
Yeah, let me ask you this, because sometimes life on the road, traveling between wrestling shows and back home, right, you get hungry, you get tired. Where's the one place you just need to stop off at and get something? Is it like Starbucks or like 7-Eleven or something like that? Is there like a go-to place?
WAWA.
Yes.
I don't know if WAWAs are in other states or not, but WAWA is the best. You can stop there. It's like it's the best, like, gas station food, and I'm all about gas station snacks. I have my go-to snacks that I always have to get. I have to get Slim Jims and and fruit snacks and Pop-Tarts. But they also make like hot food sandwiches and stuff. So it's so good. So that's definitely where I have to stop. And, you know, I've been traveling a lot lately, so every time it's like, you already know, Wawa.
You just went over my heart because you said Wawa. I have one right down the road from me, and I love Wawa. I thought it was just a Jersey thing.
Yeah, I thought it was like a Florida thing, because I, you know, didn't see it. I've never seen them in, like, New York, or maybe I didn't pay attention. I don't know if they have them.
No, they're just in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, but I didn't know they were in Florida. Wow.
Yep, they're here. This is where I found out about them.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite is around, like, Christmas time, Thanksgiving. They have they have the turkey bowl. You ever get that with, like, the mashed potatoes and, like, the cut turkey?
No, I haven't gotten that.
Oh, you gotta try that. Oh.
I usually get either like a hot sandwich or, oh my God, they have these breakfast sandwiches. It's like sausage, egg, and cheese on like these little, like, pancakes or something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah. That's awesome that you like Wawa, because I love Wawa too.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's where I have to stop. Because I could get everything. I could get hot food. I could get snacks. I could get fruit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one stop, and you get gas for your car to make it to the shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's been some of the best wrestling advice you've been given since you started?
Wrestling advice. Everybody always says, be humble, remain humble. You know, don't let opportunities and all this stuff get to your head, because the same people that you see on the way up, you see on the way down.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
And I always try to live my life like that. I think that one of the things that people like the most about me is that I am pretty humble.
Mm-hmm.
And I always try to remain that way.
Yeah. That's pretty neat. Because, like, in wrestling, right, you have to pay your dues. Did you have to do that in the other aspects of your life? Whether it be, like, modeling or acting or any other facets of it? Or was just something natural that just came, like, just good vibes from you?
In other aspects, I mean, I feel like I've been paying my dues all my life.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You know, just working hard, just trying to get to the next level. You know, sometimes you're not really sure where you're going or the future doesn't seem so clear.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I guess, you know, being a New Yorker, I have a hustler's mentality, and I've just always known that there's going to be better. It's like, you know, eventually, you know, money's going to come and success and all of this if you just keep working hard. But, yeah, I mean, and I feel like I've had to pay my dues in everything just to get to this point. You know, even taking the big leap of faith when I moved from New York to Florida. I just left everything behind, left all my friends and family behind, just came out here. I didn't know anybody. I found my roommate online. It was just sacrifices that I've done just to try to get to the next level and try to grow and be a better person and, you know, have the willpower to leave things behind. You know, even friends. You know, some of my closest friends are, you know, I would say not even like the best for me, and
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I had to kind of understand that to be able to be like, okay, I need to kind of distance myself a little bit to really focus and really get somewhere in life, and you know, moving really, I gained a lot of independence from that. Going to college. For me, that was more about growing up than getting a degree. You know, I feel like I learned a lot of life lessons going to college.
Yeah, right. And you recently just graduated too, right?
Yeah. Well, not too recently. It's been 3 years now. I graduated 3 years ago. I graduated with a bachelor's in broadcast journalism. After that was that I started working for radio. I was doing that for a bit, and I did enjoy that. But yeah, and then once wrestling came in my life, I kind of just put all of my focus in that.
Yeah, right. It was the Bougie show you were on, right?
Yes, I was on the Bougie show. That was the first radio show that I was on. And then I started doing another radio show called Behind the Scenes Miami. Mm-hmm. And I was there for a few months, and then COVID happened, and the show hasn't been back since then.
Well, hopefully that will resume after this whole pandemic, and because you know.
Hopefully so, but I think I'm taking a break from all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is gonna sound okay. As much as I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I enjoy, you know, radio and all of that, I did enjoy it. It was great learning all of that stuff and putting a show together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we would interview celebrities and this and that, and I was just like, I'm here. Why am I here interviewing these celebrities? Like, I should be the one getting interviewed, because all my life I felt like I was meant to be a star, and I've always felt like I was going to be a star.
That's pretty interesting.
So,
That's pretty interesting. That's a winner's mentality. I don't think. I still think that's pretty humble of you, and pretty driven that you actually want to be the star being interviewed.
Yeah, I feel like I should be the star being interviewed. I have all these talents, all these things that I've been pursuing and doing since I was a little girl. And I'm like, I feel like I should be doing more than interviewing people.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Oh, while you were studying broadcasting, did you ever study like Elvis Duran and how he does things growing up?
I used to listen to him a lot on the radio.
Uh-huh.
I used to listen to him a lot on the radio. When I went to college, however, we were doing more like hard news.
Oh, okay.
So we were doing more video. It was more like on-camera work, learning how to do, how to put together productions, how to put together news packages. I learned how to shoot and edit video, content. I actually studied abroad in Spain for the summer, and there I put together news packages. I interviewed locals, and that was one of the greatest experiences of my life, to be honest.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. It sounds really fun. And, I can't wait to see where you end up. I mean, the future is so bright for you. You got so many different things that you can do. I mean, any wrestling company that has you would be so lucky because you've been preparing for this, like you said. I mean, you've been motivated to be a star from childhood. You have all these great things that you can do, from being a radio personality, singing, acting, modeling, wrestling. You're educated. I mean, like, you are well-rounded, and it sounds like if I had my own wrestling promotion, you'd be pretty up there to be a top pick that I would draft for sure.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, this is just the beginning, and I'm so excited to see where my wrestling career goes, and traveling, and all the people I'll get to meet. I'm just so excited for the future. I'm very optimistic.
Yeah, I would be too. Where's some, like, before we go, where's the destination that you haven't been to that's a must?
That's a must?
Yeah, like it's a bucket list.
On my bucket list?
Yeah.
I really want to go to Greece.
Wow.
Greece is, I think, number one on my list of where I would want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then second, Thailand.
Wow.
Yes. I haven't made it that far yet.
Mm-hmm.
I only haven't done too much international traveling. My family's from the Dominican Republic, so I've been there.
Okay.
When I studied abroad, obviously, I went to Spain, and we also did a weekend trip in Morocco, so that was awesome. But Greece, absolutely would love to go there, and Thailand just seems super cool.
Oh, yeah, and I have one last question. For the people in Florida and New York, who has the better pizza?
New York.
Yeah, that's right.
I know that was not a serious question.
Well,
come on.
I know.
York, absolutely, all the way. Listen, when I go to New York,
Uh-huh.
I might just get off the plane, but I always either want pizza or I want Chinese food.
Oh, yeah, or a bagel, right? New York has the best bagels.
New York has the best bagels. But I could find decent bagels here that will kind of, I'll still give me my fix.
Oh, yeah.
But pizza and Chinese food, those two things, I have to go to New York to really be satisfied.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Any Italian restaurant in New York or any Chinese restaurant for sure it's amazing. And I love it too. But Leila, where can people get you on social media if they want to keep up with you and your wrestling career and all the things that you're doing?
Okay, so I'm available on Instagram at Miss _ Leila Grey. That's MISS _ Leila Grey. Twitter, the same thing, MISS _ Leila Grey. And I think it's Facebook too. I think Facebook is facebook.com/Miss Leila Grey. So, yeah, those are the three that I'm the most on, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So you can find me there. Also on YouTube, please follow my YouTube. I'm trying to grow my YouTube right now. I've been posting my matches and posting promos, and, I want people to know about me and stuff. So look me up on YouTube, Leila Grey.
Awesome. Yeah, check her out for sure. You're going to see her very soon on a TV near you or movie screen near you or somewhere on screen. And for us, this has been Wrestling IQ 101. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by at Wrestling IQ 101. Or you can listen to us right here. You can subscribe. You can listen to old episodes, new episodes, or this one right now. And we'll see you guys really soon.